morning, students. Today we are going to be learn about module number 2, bit number 2, that is drilling machine and its operations. Coming to the introduction to the milling drilling, as you know, drilling is the operation of producing circular hole in a solid workpiece with the help of a rotating tool known as a drill bit. So drill bit is having flutes on its outer periphery, which is directly penetrate into the work surface and remove the material to produce the circular hole. The different drilling machines which are used in the industries are portable drilling machine, bench drilling machine, radial drilling machine, sensitive drilling machine, gang drilling machine, multiple drilling machine. And as per your syllabus, the sensitive drilling machine and radial drilling machines are going to be studied. So first one, we'll go through the portable or upright drilling machine. So as I told you, drilling is a operation of producing circular hole into the solid workpiece. So here the construction of portable or upright drilling machine is shown as in figure. It consisting of a base, it is a column, it is a drill head, it is an electrical motor, it is a open belt drive. These are the two stepped cone pulleys. This is the down feed handle. This is the spindle in which the drill bit is going to be mounted. This is the T-slot table. So the working principle of this drilling machine is that the workpiece is held securely in this T-slot table, and the drill bit is inserted into a spindle. The rotary motion is given to the spindle through this electrical motor through drill head, and finally it is transferred to the drill bit. The drill bit is fed against to this workpiece, and it removes the material to produce the circular hole. Now coming to the parts of this drilling machine, so we'll discuss one by one. This is the base. So base, as compared to all the machines, base is the necessary bed for all the machines. The base of drilling machine is also, it should have a rigid in construction, strong in construction, so that it can hold the total weight of a machine. On the one end of a base, the column is going to be mounted. So at the upper position of a column, it is attached with this drill head in which the driving mechanism is incorporated. In the column, the lead screw is going to be mounted. So this screw is used to up and down movement of a table on the column to accommodate the different height of workpieces. And column not only supports the this table, it also supports the drill head in which the driving mechanism is incorporated. So it consisting of a electrical motor. Initially, from the electrical motor, the rotary motion is transferred to the drill head through these two stepped cone pulleys via this open belt drive. So the motion has been transferred from electrical motor to this drill head. From drill head, it is transferred to the spindle, and in the spindle we are penetrating the drill bit. So finally the motion has been transferred to this drill bit. Now the drill bit is continuously rotating. With the help of this down feed handle, the drill bit is penetrating into the work surface to produce the circular hole. So to accommodate the different height of workpieces, the table can be moved up and down with on the column with the help of this screw. This table can be moved up and down, and it can be locked wherever it is necessary to accommodate the different height of workpieces. Now in the drilling machine, not only the drilling operation is going to be carried out, other operations like reaming operation, tapping operation, counter sinking operation, counter boring operation. So these all operations are going to be carried out. Now, coming to the next one, the most popular used drilling machine in the industry is known as a radial arm drilling machine. So this is the radial arm drilling machine. So it consisting of a base, it consisting of a T-slot table, it consisting of a column, it consisting of a radial arm, it consisting of a individual motor to move this radial arm, and it also consisting of another individual motor to give the rotary motion to the spindle. So the main parts of this drilling machine are base, column, radial arm, drill head, elevating screw for movement of this radial arm on the column. Two individual motors have been used here. One motor which is used to move this radial arm on the column with the help of a elevating screw, and this individual motor is used to give the rotary motion to the spindle, and in turn it is transferred to the drill bit. So that main difference between this radial arm drilling machine and the sensitive drilling machine is that the construction here, it is a large in a construction as compared to the sensitive drilling machine. It is a large in construction, so it is mainly used to work on the medium and large size workpieces. So we will study the different parts of this drilling machine one by one. So first one is a base. As you know, base is the necessary bed for all the machines. In the radial drilling machine, the base supports the column on one side and T-slot table on the other side. The base of the drilling machine should be strong in construction, robust in construction, so that whatever the forces are generated during the drilling operation, that should be transferred through the base to the ground through the base. Second one, main important part is known as a column. So it is a circular cross section. Column is a circular cross section which holds the radial arm on it. The radial arm can be moved up and down on a column with the help of a elevating screw. So these parts are very heavy. That's why it is not possible to move with the help of a hands. That's why the individual motor has been provided at the top of the column. So with the help of this individual motor, the radial arm can be moved up and down on this vertical column. Coming to the second one, important part of this drilling machine is known as a radial arm. This is known as a radial arm. So radial arm is a projected part of this column, means it is like a telescopic arm. So radial arm, it is directly mounted on a column, and other end of the radial arm is fitted with the drill head. So this radial arm can be moved. First, this radial arm can be moved up and down on the column with the help of a elevating screw, and this radial arm can be moved 360 degree. It can swing 360 degree to accommodate the different height of workpieces or different position of workpieces without changing the setting of a workpiece. Here the third important part is known as a drill head. So drill head is directly mounted on a guideways made on a radial arm. So this drill head can be moved to and fro on the radial arm to accommodate the different position of workpieces to be drilled without changing the setting. So totally this radial arm drilling machine have three movements. One is this radial arm can be moved up and down on the vertical column with the help of a elevating screw. This radial arm can be swung 360 degrees with respect to the column, and this drill head can be moved to and fro on the radial arm. So with these three basic movements, any type of workpieces or any position of workpieces can be drilled without changing the setting of a workpiece. Now this individual motor is provided on a drill head which is used to give the rotary motion to the spindle. Here the handle has been provided. This handle is used to give the feed to the tool. Now the drill bit is fitted, going to be fit into the spindle, and with the help of this handle the feed is given. Feed is nothing but it is the relative movement of a tool with respect to the workpiece. And coming to the working, it is very simple in working. Workpiece it is going to be mounted on a T-slot table with the help of a nut and bolts. The drill bit is mounted in a spindle, and the height has been set according to the size of workpiece. The individual motor should give the rotary motion to the spindle through the drill head, and finally the rotary motion has been transferred to the drill bit. Now with the help of this handle, the drill bit is penetrating into the work surface and the drilling is going to be happen. And with the, as I told you, with these three basic movements, that is the radial arm can be moved up and down on a column, the radial arm can be swung 360 degrees, and this drill head can be moved to and fro on the guideways made on this radial arm. With these three basic movements, so any corner of a workpiece can be drilled easily without changing the setting of a workpiece. Okay, this is about the radial arm drilling machine. Now next, what are the different operations to be carried out on drilling machine? So first one, as you know, it is a drilling. So drilling is the operation of producing circular hole in a solid workpiece with the help of the rotating tool known as a drill bit. Okay, here as shown in the figure, this is the drill bit, this is the workpiece, and this is the clamp. The workpiece is held securely with the help of a clamp or directly on a machine hoist of a drilling machine. The tool is fed against to the workpiece. Here the workpiece is stationary, tool is rotating. As the rotating tool is penetrating to the work surface, the unwanted material is removed in the form of a chip through the flutes provided on the outer periphery of the drill bit. So these are known as a flutes. Through these flutes, the helical these chips are going to be removed from the work surface to produce the circular hole in the workpiece. This is known as a drilling. Coming to the next operation known as a reaming operation. So reaming is a finishing operation. Okay, reaming is a finishing operation. We cannot produce the circular hole in a workpiece with the help of a reaming operation. We cannot produce. Only the reaming is the finishing operation. So why we need this reaming operation? See, after the drilling operation, some burrs may remain inside the hole. So these burrs should be removed to give the accurate shape and size. So this work has been done with the help of the operation known as a reaming operation. The tool which is used for this operation is known as a reamer. Reamer is having a straight flutes on its outer periphery, and it is done with in the same way of drilling operation. The workpiece is held in a machine hoist or a clamp. The speed given for reaming operation is less than drilling operation. So the reamer slowly, the rotating tool known as the reamer slowly inserted into a already drilled hole, and it will remove a small amount of material in terms of a microns to remove the burrs which are remain inside the hole after the drilling operation. So remember, reaming is only finishing operation. It is not a producing hole, or it is not going to be used to produce the hole. It is only used to remove the a small amount of material in terms of a microns which are remain in terms of a burrs inside the already drilled hole. That is, it is known as the reaming operation. Next, boring operation. Boring operation is defined as it is the operation used to enlarge the already drilled hole. Okay, try to make a difference between drilling, reaming and boring. Drilling is producing circular hole, reaming is giving the finishing operation, and boring is it is the operation of enlarging the already drilled hole. So sometimes we cannot get the exact size of a drill bit so that we can produce a circular hole. So in that need, we are going to be use the boring tool. So this is known as a boring tool. So this, the single point cutting tool, that is it is going to be attached to the boring bar, and we can adjust this single point cutting tool according to the diameter of the enlarging of the hole is required. So initially the workpiece is drilled with the drill bit which is near to the required type of diameter of a hole. That's okay. So first the drilling is made with the help of the drill bit. Then this workpiece is held securely into the clamp, and this boring tool is going to be inserted into the hole as the required diameter of the hole is going to be produced. So we can say that boring is a enlarging operation. Boring is the enlarging operation which is going to be done on the already drilled hole. It is used to increase the diameter of the hole which is already drilled, and it is necessary whenever the required type of a drill bit is not available. Okay. Now next one is the counter boring. So this tool is known as a counter boring. Now counter boring is the operation of enlarging the end of the hole through some extent on the outer surface of a already drilled hole. So why it is necessary? See here, to accommodate the square headed boards or any type of headed boards, we need the enlarging hole at the end of the workpiece. So this is done with the help of a counter boring operation. So counter boring operation is the process of enlarging the end of the hole through some extent. Enlarging the hole through some extent, not enlarging the hole throughout this hole. That is known as a boring. Counter boring is that only we are enlarging the end of the hole through some extent. So in the three figures we can see here, it is already drilled hole. This is the boring tool, sorry, counter boring tool. Now the counter boring tool is going to be inserted into the hole with the help of a pilot. Pilot is used to adjust the tool into the already drilled hole, and this is known as a counter bore tool. So when you insert into the already drilled hole, so it increases the diameter of the hole at the end of the hole through some extent. So see here, we are enlarging the hole at the some extent, and this type of cavity is used to fit the circular boards into it. That is known as a counter boring operation. Now counter sinking operation, it is similar to that of a counter boring operation, only the difference is that here the end of the hole is going to be increased with the larger diameter for some extent with a conical shape. Okay, here that is a rectangular shape or circular shape, here it is a conical shape. So counter sinking is the operation of increasing the diameter of the hole at the end of the workpiece through some extent in a conical shape to accommodate the conical headed boards. Similarly here, workpiece is held securely in the machine hoist. This is the already drilled hole, and this is known as a counter sink tool. So counter sink tool is going to be inserted into a already drilled hole, and it will increase the diameter of the hole at the end of the workpiece through some extent to accommodate the counter sink headed boards, okay, or conical headed boards. Now spot facing. Spot facing is the operation of removing the burrs on the outer periphery of the already drilled hole. Okay, see here, this is the workpiece. Now it is already drilled. Some of burrs may remain at the top position of the workpiece. This may create the problem to fit the exact fitting of a nut and bolt. So therefore the spot face tool is used to remove the small burrs which are remain on the outer periphery of the surface of the already drilled hole. So workpiece is held securely in the machine hoist. Spot facing tool is penetrate, or it is going to be touch on the surface of this workpiece which is already drilled, and whatever the burrs are remains here, these burrs are going to be removed so that this nut and bolt can be fit with a clear fitting. There is no any space is going to remain in between the this surface of a workpiece and the nut and bolt. Okay, so countersinking and counter spot facing. Next one is known as a the trepanning operation. So sorry, tapping operation. Tapping is the operation of producing internal threads in a already drilled hole, right? Tapping is the operation of producing internal threads in a already drilled hole. Now for this, first the drilling is going to be made with the help of a drilling operation and with the help of the tool known as tap. These are in series, first tap, second tap, third tap. So one by one these taps are going to be inserted into a already drilled hole. It is done with the help of a manually or it is done with the help of a machine also. For manually, the tap wrench is required and the operator is going to be rotate this tap wrench so that this tap is going to be inserted into a already drilled hole to produce the internal threads. So tap is consisting of the sharp edges on its overall its outer periphery. When these sharp edges are come into contact with the soft material like a mild steel, the threads are going to be produced inside the hole. So this operation is known as a tapping operation. So remember, tapping operation is the operation which is used to produce the internal threads in a already drilled hole. Now coming to the trepanning operation. So trepanning operation is used to remove the material from the outside of the surface by keeping the core inside it. Suppose if you want to remove the material from the outside of the workpiece, means some radius, by keeping the material inside it. So this trepanning is going to be used. Let me explain. So this is known as the trepanning tool. So the trepanning tool has got the hollow bar here, okay, hollow bar here, and this is the cutter. Now suppose if it is the workpiece, if you want to remove the material from this area by keeping this core as usual. Now for this you are going to use the trepanning operation. So this tool is going to be fed against to the workpiece. This tool is continuously rotating and this trepanning tool is inserted into the workpiece. Now see here, this core is going to be remain in the workpiece, and with the help of this cutter the material is going to remove from the outer surface of this core. So by keeping this core as usual inside the solid workpiece, we are going to be remove the small amount of material from the other portion of the work is known as a trepanning operation. Last bit of this bit number 2 of a module number 2 is boring machine. Now you come across what is the boring. It is used to enlarging the already drilled hole. Now there are many types of boring machine. This is the horizontal spindle boring machine. So the boring machine is either it may be a external boring machine or a internal boring machine. Now here this horizontal boring machine, it is similar to that of in the construction, it is somewhat similar to the lathe machine, but the work is different. Now see here, it consisting of a headstock, it consisting of this boring head, it consisting of a boring bar, boring cutter is going to be mounted on a boring bar, it consisting of a cross slide, the T-slot table is mounted on a cross slide, and this cross slide can be moved in the horizontal position on this guideways mounted on a base of a machine. Now this boring cutter is mounted on a boring bar, and one end of the boring bar is fed into the boring head, other is supported by this end. Now this rotary motion from the headstock is given to the boring bar, and as the boring bar rotates, this boring cutter is also going to be rotate, and the workpiece is here, the workpiece is mounted on a T-slot table, and this T-slot table is directly mounted on a cross slide. So this boring bar is rotating about its own axis, and the workpiece can be moved. Here I have shown here the workpiece can be moved to and fro motion to increase the diameter of the work which is already drilled. Okay, so this the length of boring bar can be, sorry, the length of boring cutter can be adjusted as per the requirement of enlarging of the hole. Okay, this is the brief description of a boring machine. Okay, thank you.